Hello and welcome to the Zeke Brothers. This is going to be a just like a commentary video, so there's not going to be any like actual gameplay in this. This is going to be my thoughts on Yelinak so far. I just hit 50 a short time ago. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm 50 and 35%. So I've done the whole gambit. I am I've leveled my first character and what's my plate? I AFK a lot, so let's see what I've got here. I've got 3 days on this character, 4 hours today. And I just want to go over a few different things that I got on my mind for the server and, you know, the future of it, right? So far I've been having a fun time. I've grouped with a bunch of people that are either, you know, in the guild we started Classic Nostalgia, or just random people, and it's been fantastic, and it's been a really good time. I've met some, you know, good people, really skilled players too, which has been great. But one of the negative things I've run into is the non-good players, and I don't mean like they're bad at their class. I mean they're like complete assholes, and I mean the kind of player that they're boxing 6 characters and they take one of those characters and they go grab a bunch of mobs and they die on top of you to take your camp, and that has been pretty rampant. It's been a little less as you get the closer you get to 50, right? It's been less and less, and the group of people that are close to, you know, the high level right now all seem to be more solid, serious players versus like. I think it was around the unrest level, 20s to 30s level. It was really rampant. Like people are just complete jerk-offs. It's just insane how bad that was and whatnot. But so that's like one of the negatives I've encountered so far. But everything else has been really positive. It's been fun. The guild is going to start doing Plane of Hate. They did it last night. They're going to do it again today and tomorrow. Try to farm up some armor. I've made some more officers. You know, it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna try to get some more higher level people recruited so we can start raiding soon and stuff. And that's what I'm really excited for, doing the classic raids while they're, we're still in classic, right? So that's Kazakh, Nagafin, Vox, Inaruk, maybe a Yale and Finnegal. So we're gonna do all those. I think is on the goals. I think we still have like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks until July 20th when Kunark comes out. And it's been fun. I started this series with a boxed shaman, right? I dropped him fairly soon into it because I realized I didn't need a boxed character. It's convenient, right? It's convenient to have a boxed character, but I didn't need one. Like I've spent just making groups out of people, and that has been a great experience. Like sometimes it takes a little while to find that CC you need, right? The enchanter, and an enchanter and bard. It's kind of needed in some of these groups, because like I'm still wearing banded armor right now with with bronze. I have bronze bracer and shin grievers. I have like the absolute worst gear you could possibly imagine. Like I have silver opal engagement rings and stuff like that. So you don't even really need to worry about gear. That's kind of like how I've gone about it, right? When I played before in Classic and other times, I was a little bit more focused on gear when I didn't need to be. And this is kind of, apparent. Like I got really lucky, right? I'm using 2 yaks that 2 guild members gave me that they won. And then I got an earthen blade from Ion Blaze that he didn't need, I guess. And so I've been lucky in getting, people that give me some stuff here and there, but for the most part, the gear hasn't really been a big deal. I haven't noticed my squishiness really in some of these mobs. Like the stuff in hole hits pretty hard, but outside of that, the imps were probably the hardest thing we fought, and I didn't even really notice it. And maybe maybe one of the clerics I've grouped with will say something different, but for the most part, you know, ignoring the gear has been really beneficial to me, and just focusing on getting to max level as fast as possible so that I can be ready to help other people. And then I am going to level up my shaman soon to help me farm gear and to you know, be that spot in other groups to help people out. But so far it's just been a fantastic time. I haven't really, besides the, you know, the people being dicks, I haven't really experienced much else negative on the server, which is great, because on Agnar, when I did that TLP, it was absolute annoyance. Constantly with, it was more chrono focused too. I felt like I don't really notice it as much now, because I'm completely ignoring gear. I'm not gonna go buy any gear unless I absolutely have to, and I feel like that's been just changing a lot of my point of view on how this works and how it's fun. But it's going good. I've been getting this question a lot on stream. You know, how am I liking it? And you know, that's it. I think that's, like, there's one negative and everything is positive. Like, everybody I've met has been fantastic. They're nice people. Been fun to group with. I've met some really skilled players. Like, I've met some necromancers that are just like crazy good at what they're doing. I've met enchanters who are really good at, you know, doing their thing, and that's been great to see. Like, because I've been boxing characters for so long that I've kind of lost, you know, that touch with, you know, playing with other people, and it's just been great. And a lot of people from watching the streams, they've joined the guild. They're you know, messaging me, you know, talking to me and stuff like that. I have great conversations with a lot of people, and I think that is really what made classic Everquest great, is the people. And I think the TLP really brings that back for me. Like, I was kind of getting bored on on live, just boxing, you know, 3 to 6 characters, doing everything myself, you know, and doing this kind of like makes it more exciting, you know, like, you know, get to meet somebody else, you know, listen to their stories and chat and stuff like that, talking about their, you know, they're reminiscing of whatever they were doing, you know, doing when they did this originally and stuff like that. So, you know, that has been absolutely the best experience I've had on an Everquest in the last year or so, right? I've been boxing all that time, and now it's just been fun. I wish there wasn't the negative, you know, the people who like train you to take stuff, but it seems like that's kind of dying down for the most part. I don't think, especially now, like I'm 50, I can pretty much tank most stuff. I don't have to really worry about being trained by you know, some ghouls and getting rooted and dying. You know, it's a little bit different now. But I hope that those players don't make it to the high end and they stop. You know, they just give up, or, you know, they're, you know, just something we don't have to deal with at the high end later on. But I think overall it's been a positive experience, and I recommend to anybody who's looking to get back into Everquest, do it on a TLP. Don't do it on live, because you're going to want to probably group if you don't want to box, right? And while I was able to get groups, you know, add people to my groups on on live on Verant Interactive, I think 90% of that is probably because I was streaming, and, you know, I have that resource available to me to ask, you know, the chat for, you know, if anybody wants to join, you know, stuff like that. And you don't need any of that on the TLP, right? You do this, you do LFG, pops up this window, right? And you can search for players looking for group, right? Like, here's all the 45 to 54 people looking for group right now. You can sort it by level, find them, you double click it, boom, you can invite them, talk to them and invite them to your group. If you can't get a group, I recommend you make a group. That has been what I do. I log on, I do LFG for like 5-10 minutes. I go over here to the groups looking for players. I do a search in here, see what they're looking for. So there's currently no groups looking for players. So you know what? I'm going to go over here to the player group. I'm going to sort this. There's a cleric, double click. Hey, do you want to join my whole group? And he says yes or no. If he says no, I go to the next one. Then go down to like enchanter, be like boom, boom. My case, I always ask in guild first to see if there's anybody in the guild who wants to go, because I rather help level guild members than random people. But it's the same concept, right? And sometimes you'll see guild members if you're in a guild in here, and you can grab them, get them in your group. I remember back in Classic when I originally played, I was a little bit more in the desire to get certain classes, right? I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but I would be like, yeah, I don't really want a necromancer, but I want a rogue, something like that, in that kind of sense. And I've just been pretty much sorting my level, sorting my class, seeing what there is, and grabbing whatever is close enough to my level. I try to keep everybody within 5 levels of me, just to make sure that the group's not having to carry somebody, and the group's not gonna have somebody too high for it. And that seems to work out pretty well, fair wise, right? Like I would group with somebody down to 45, and if it's a guild member, I'd go even lower, just because I want to get the guild up to as high a level as possible soon. So like that. But just build a group. I always start with a cleric or an enchanter and go from there. If I'm starting from scratch. If I have guild members, I obviously add those. A lot of people play DPS, so it's easy to get like DPS from a guild, and then having to get the enchanter or bard or cleric from randoms. But it works pretty well for me. That's how I've been doing it. I think my character is a little less known on this server, so it doesn't get as many not as many people watch the stream kind of thing. So it's a little bit better in that sense. He's more anonymous and he's able to find things. But you can also turn LFG on here, put a comment, and your name will show up right here. So this is this tool should be used more by people. I know there's more people. If you go into like general chat here, you can see people looking for group. There you can also throw up hey, I need a bard or something here, and that you might get a response from there. But for the most part, this has been fantastic. This has been great. I have had so much fun so far. I can't stop playing. In fact, I don't have any videos for anything else except for the streams for this, because I'm literally spending as much time as I can on the server playing with these characters. And hopefully I can get some plans together to get some more episodes of the other stuff out. But right now I am like 100% focused on getting this going and going forward with this guild and trying to help that out. So I might change some of my stream nights depending on what we decide on for like raid times and stuff like that. So that's something that might happen, but I want to make sure that we can do everything the best we can. So but yeah, hardly any negatives so far on the server. Might change in Kunark. I'll do another one of these little updates when we hit Kunark in July. But so far, it has been a pleasant experience, minus some jack-o'-lanterns, if you will, that have kind of tried to, mess up some stuff early on. But once you get high level, I think a lot of that dies off. Because your name is kind of your reputation, and the server, like, people know you. You kind of have to do that if you want to group with random people anyway. You become the cleric. Oh yeah, that's another point that was a negative actually. So I've had experience where people are boxing multiple characters and then they'll win something on both characters and immediately leave the group without saying anything. And that has happened more than once. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Everybody here rolls need on everything, so it's that's expected, right? I set my auto advanced loot. I set, you know, auto roll, need, and I just don't even care at that point. If I win it, I win it. If I don't, I don't. And if it's something that somebody else in the guild can use, then I just usually hand it to them right away if I'm paying attention. And other than that, it's been that aspect is a little annoying because it's a little bit hard to win things in group. Like I think I saw like 4 yaks drop so far, and I didn't win a single one of them. They all went to casters. So, you know, the fairness of that is, you know, why would a caster camp the yak if they don't have a chance to get anything? You know, it makes sense to me, right? I don't care. But you know, I've lost out on quite a few items. I lost a sash to somebody too that wasn't even a melee. So it's things like that that are a little different. But I've overall it's been pleasant, and guild groups are completely different because we kind of share the items between each other for the most part. I've noticed when it's a guild group, like I think we were doing a 3D, and we had I think we gave the golden boots to whoever. It was, I think it was a cleric at the time. I don't even remember, but you know, it's inside of a guild. I think you're gonna have more of that better camaraderie that you know, people are not as greedy, whereas outside of a guild, everybody rolls need and stuff like that. So that's a kind of a negative, but you know, it's totally understandable since the way the server, you know, way this stuff works, right? So yeah, that's enough rambling. That's my thoughts. I'm enjoying it, so I apologize for the lack of other content. I have the Necro Shaman thing I'm planning still. Haven't decided if I'm going to do it on the TLP here when it launches, or do it on a live server just to avoid having to deal with people. I'm also really considering some kind of permadeath playthrough, not a necromancer, but something else that's more anonymous, so I can kind of avoid avoid things and avoid people. So I would make it, and then I would say, you know, the name after I've made the series, kind of thing, because it's a little bit easier to get things done. Like, I don't want to have somebody kind of try to train my character or something like that while I'm doing it. And that's one of the concerns I have of doing that Necro Shaman series as permadeath, because literally people are just, they'll train, they'll kill you. And it's not fun. But there we go. That's my thoughts on the Yelinak and everything there. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know, like, you guys, if you're playing, are you having fun? If you didn't have fun and you went somewhere else, I know a few people messaged me saying they tried out Yelinak and they went back to Mischief. They like the free trade. They don't like the non-traded stuff. So let me know. I want to know what people's thoughts are and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.